What's good? It's your boy OMD Dex 300, and this is the Corner Store Podcast, episode 90. Yeah, you heard me, episode 90. It's gonna be all by my lonely. It was supposed to be a guest today. I think I'm gonna have to chill on these guests. I'm gonna have to make it split screen only, and I think that's what I'm gonna do from now on. I hate to say it, but yep, that's what I'm gonna do from now on. Shout out to the hip hop artist who was supposed to be here today. His name is BigGodly, or something to that effect, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm saying his name right. As a matter of fact, just for just for the guests who couldn't be here today, and I'm gonna talk about that. Hey, what's up, Sonya? What's going on? That's my girlfriend right there, Sonya. She's in the building. Yeah, for whatever reason, I can't get these artists to comply to being here on time. I don't care how much information you send. I don't care about you letting them know what time they could come, the whole thing. You give them the option of when they could come and all that, and something always goes wrong. So, with that said, I'm going to play this kid's music, at least one or two songs from a selection of his stuff, just to represent him, the guy who was supposed to be here today. And I think that would be apropos. At least give him some shine in that way. And then I'm going to go into the actual podcast and talk about exactly what happened today and about professionalism. Not saying he wasn't professional or anything like that, but when you bring up stuff in regards to something that happened and it's worded that way, the person seems to think, oh, well, I'm going to just explain what I mean by that after this. Let me go to his... the young man's name is the Godly Savage. That's exactly, it's all one word. You'll put that in on Spotify or Apple Music or any of the links to check out what he does. It's The Godly Savage. The Godly Savage. He was supposed to be on the Corner Store Podcast today in studio. Obviously, he couldn't make it. And we're going to talk about that's going to be a part of the show. I'm all by my lonesome, but let's go with... might as well go with his namesake. His first song, his single on here is called Godly. Let's listen to that and see what it sounds like.
Lot of way to touchdown. Go through in the matrix. I done did what I had to do for you. Oh yeah, I done called the love sensation. Niagara Fall hydration. Don't trip on vacation, baby. Let me put you on a palm tree. Check your phone, you call me. Tell me what's on your mind. Don't worry, I'll give you time. Yeah, let them just live.
This is the artist that was supposed to be here on the show today. Artist name, Savage, The Godly Savage. The Godly Savage from Los Angeles, California.
Stop barking, I ain't gon' brag. She wanna bark it back. I told her throw it back. I put her on her back. Don't hold on to the past. Just hold on to your bags. Tell me what's on your mind. Don't worry, I'll give you time. Yeah.
Let me know what y'all think about this. Let me know what you think about his single. The single is called Godly.
Stay getting rich.
So far, it's got 20,000 plays, and I'm gonna play one more from him, and then we'll go on with the show. This one's called Papa Seal.
I've been known to feel. I got prescription. Damn, you know I got me a sale. I got a bitch that's taking some pill. I gotta come around here with the
club, damn, I need ice. Damn, I'm up on the phone. Ayy, why you let me get me a seal light on the field? I got prescription, damn, you know I got me a seal. I got a bitch that's taking some pills. I gotta come around here with the shots. I'm about to go and flex right with that Glock. I got a hollow, I'm pulling out tips. Let me go ahead and just pop me a seal. I gotta go diamond, I got the gills.
All right. That's the Godly Savage right there. I got to give it to him. His music sounds real good. Real good. I thought I'd give him some shine since he's not going to be able to be here today. And in the Corner Store Podcast, one thing about me, I try my best with the limited budget that I have to do my show to give something to these people that come. Now, obviously, it's a give and take world that we live in. And what I mean by that is, obviously them coming here, content for me, as well as them getting a little shine with the few people that do, engage with what I'm doing. So it's a give and take. It's definitely a give and take. But I want to talk about levels. And what I mean by levels is how, people may watch your content. They may even say, dude, you cool. I like what you do. But you still down here. In my mind, I'm up there. My girlfriend who's on here now, Sonia Ingersoll, won't let me not think of my situation or what I'm trying to do in a vein of it being small. To her, it's already gigantic. And you got to have that kind of mindset in order for your stuff to take off. I get that. But I'm a savage realist. And what I mean by being a savage realism is I live in the San Fernando Valley. I have a studio in my garage, a garage that I do not use. My vehicle doesn't have to be in. So there I have an area to do my show. It's a cost-cutting type situation to where it alleviates me having to actually have a place where I'm paying rent. I could go into detail about all of this shit. If you walk in this place, you, like most people do, they're a little bit stunned. It's not like it's dope as hell or nothing, but the way I've set it up, in effect, it is exactly what it's supposed to be used for. I had a photographer come in here and go, this is a cool little spot. He says, if anything, I'd put some black, we'd move this stuff out of the way and put some black tar or black felt down on the floor and maybe put some black up on that wall and or black all the way around. And you could actually shoot some photos in here. And I was like, yeah, because it's a fucking space. I'm saying all this to say if people are not going to Century Studios or the NBC building or something like that, shooting the podcast, or if you're not known, or if you don't have that notoriety, people aren't going to take you serious. You can make all the appointments and interviews set up with them and everything. They're going to be late. Because I guarantee you, if I ever get to a point where I can meet with somebody to further my media opportunities and what I'm trying to do, God damn it, I'm going to be there. Even if you can ask Tony Television. You probably don't know who that is. He has a YouTube channel that's doing pretty well. He's interviewed people like Aries Spears, myself. He's interviewed, and other people. That man knows me pretty well because I did some shows on his outlet or on his channel. He knows that I come early for everything. It just makes sense to do that. I don't give a shit what level it's on. I don't care what level it's on. You come. Don't make no appointment with nobody if you know things happen and people might get injured, or you forgot that your auntie is have medical condition. I'm not saying anything about the particular person. I'm just talking about situations and talking about being professional on whatever level. And I hope you don't take this any type of way, me saying this, because if he does, he does. That's him. That's on him. But I don't like giving out my home address, even though I have a studio. Nobody comes to my crib or nothing like that. it's already a touchy thing for me in that way. And I try to have them enter from the back alleyway so they can park close enough to the gate and where my area is. They can walk right out to their car, everything. I try to convenience the shit and give, in my podcast, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's classy if you got somebody to be on here. You killed a lot of birds with one stone. And what I mean by that is I'm trying to get some type of a liquor company or water. I don't care who you are to sponsor. Come sponsor this thing. And we'll give that product away and focus on that product like a motherfucker on here. So I started my own little thing where I give, and I have a bottle for the young man, liquor to people for just coming on here. It may not be, it's not, I'll tell you what it is. The stuff that I buy is affordable for me, but also dope as shit for the price. Meaning when you drink it, you be like, man, that's pretty good. This ain't no cheap rock good. I'm doing this all on my own nickel. One day, maybe I won't be. In a sense, it's been paying me in a lot of ways. There's a lot of cool things that have happened because of this pod. But then again, I'm only on one particular level at this moment. And it's all momentary. At one time, I wasn't doing this shit at all and had nowhere to do it. There was only a thought and an aspiration to do it. Now look where I am. 90 fucking episodes in. 90. And people still, when you make and this is the crazy part. Hold on, let me say this. A lot of times I do seek out people to come on. I do. But then some people will see me somewhere, like I'll be at a showcase or a little music showcase or something, and people be like, oh, that's cool and blah, blah, blah. Man, I want to be on. And they be acting like they so hellfire bent to be on, and I can't wait to do it, and da-da-da. And I just had another rapper. I hate to bring you up, Triz, but we set up the pod for 7:30. Dude didn't get here till 9:30. I had like damn near, I had to, if you go look at that episode, that's a long ass episode. Even the guy who normally comes to my pod and hangs out, or somebody that initially, I found not too long ago that's really cool, and he's been on the pod a couple of times, who I thought was going to be like a fixture here. He even comes late. That dude came late. Then we had a podcast and he left, and the guy who was initially supposed to be here still hadn't gotten here yet. So what it's come down to as far as the guest thing when it comes to this show, I think split screen online only is going to be it. This is going to be my personal space. I'm about to be doing this week. I'm about to be taking down some of the artwork and kind of spreading it around a little bit, because I'm going to be shooting different content in here. So it's starting to get a little too crowded. And I think I'm going to I have some ideas. And it's going to get really basic as far as the wall is concerned. It's going to be real basic. I think I overdid it a little bit. And it's too crazy. It's too much. It's just too much. I got to kind of fix that. But other than that, this has been a joy to do this pod, a joy. The worst part of it is dealing with people being on the show. There's been some people has been seamless. There has been some people who actually realize what I'm trying to do. There has been some people who actually take this seriously, what I do, even more than I do. So I got to acknowledge one of those people right now. Artist. She sings, she raps, she does everything. Pretty soon she'll probably be acting. Hispanic, beautiful lady, Wendy Rose. I got to give you a shout out, Wendy Rose. You are amazing. She's an artist that'll be on the show again here very, very soon. I'm going to be reaching out to her again today to see what her availability is. She's got a couple of songs that she just released. And she also has paid me to do promotion for her on my Instagram she's and also to do a split screen interview here on the Corner Store podcast, which I've been trying to do. I've been trying to get it to where people realize that I don't really do this for free anymore, but people still coming at me. I want to be on the show, and when you tell them you're charging now, they kind of go, oh, and they don't want to pay. Hell, give me anything to be on here. Make it worth my while, especially if you're gonna be late. That way, if you paying me, I'll sit here for a minute. I won't sit here forever, but I'll sit here for a minute for you if you're going to be late. And what I'll do is I won't even create the fucking show until you get here. We won't even promote it till you get here. Because what you're doing is you're killing my promotion. If I tell you a week in advance you're going to have a show, if I say Saturday we talk, this Friday coming up we doing a podcast, you pick the time and everything. I advise you do it after such and such time. And then they go, okay, 8 o'clock, and they don't get here till 10. That's fucking bullshit. I'm giving you every kind of fucking opportunity to line this shit up for your convenience. I know I live far. If you don't want to do a fucking live, we could do a split. That's just as cool. I play your music, you can hear it, everything, all that shit. I just don't understand why professionalism is some bullshit in this world today. You know what I'm saying? You can only fucking rank it to people don't look at you like you worth nothing. Like your shit is some far as you're concerned, it's small. Your thing is small. So I'm not gonna be here on time. I don't know if that's what it is or if it's just people's black people nature to just be late all the time. And I'm not saying nothing about my folk. It's just the fucking fact. You know, comedians talk about this shit all the time, man. How we on black people time. You know what I'm saying? We don't mess around in that regard. If we tell you we're gonna be somewhere and we late, we'll be mad at you that you mad at us that we late. I don't fuck around like that. I'm always on time. So much so people be mad. Even white people be like, damn, you're here early. I just don't get it. But that's just me. You know, I know what people are going to say when they see this. I'm too much of a stickler. I'm this, I'm that. I'm older because I got the gray beard. Yeah, I'm 57, so what? I don't mean shit. Because you want to be on time, you're going to be mad at me because I want to push being on time and having, you know what I'm saying? A motherfucker could come 15 minutes before the show. I'd be cool with that. It's 15 fucking minutes. Just come on, man. Come on. Let's get set up, sit down, comfortable. I want you to be here already, to smoke a little bit, maybe had a sip of some of your shit, whatever you doing, and we'll wham. And that's what I'm trying to do. People take me for bad because I want to run a tight ship. That's the reason why we fucking poor and we not where we supposed to be, because of attitudes like that. And because a motherfucker like me is trying to make people realize that you got to be more frugal about what you're trying to do. It don't matter. What if I end up tomorrow getting signed to iHeartRadio to do this pod, and somebody see it and say, this nigga's funny. We got to change a few things, but you fuck around and, you know what I'm saying? We fuck around and like you, man. You can wear the hats too. You can get you a bunch of beanies and shit. Like them beanies you wear, you can wear. I ain't gonna wear beanies every time now. He said, well, yeah, you can take it off at the, you know, whatever. I'm just being stupid on that part. But what if I get now all of a sudden now you want to kiss a nigga ass and you want to be on the show then? Because I'm somebody now. You know, I got an audience. I got maybe 10, let's just say God bless me with 10 million ears. I would hate that because I don't really want to be notarized that much. I wouldn't mind just having 100,000 people fuck with me solid. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. I don't need no millions of folk fuck with me. But let's just say that happens. Now all of a sudden these same people who don't show up on time on this podcast in this fucking garage, and I lay it out to them, that's where my shit is. So sometimes when you do that, they might be like, I'm taking this shit seriously. And then they can talk about here in the garage with the whatever. So I guess I'm supposed to flex. That's what this fucking city's all about. Yeah, man, I got a studio and shit. Yeah, come on through there and everything. And you know what? That shit real as fuck what I just said. That's real as fuck, because true enough, most people do be fronting in LA, and you know what I'm talking about. There's plenty of times in your life somebody was like, yeah, man, he's supposed to have this dope ass crib and blah blah blah, and then you go to the nigga house, he in an old ass condo somewhere in North Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Walls falling apart and shit. He talking about he live as hell. You know what I'm saying? Or some dude say, yeah, we got this dope ass little nightclub, man. Y'all should come through, chill. You come through with some little bitty ass bar off the corner next to a liquor store and shit. Like, he talking about it's a club. So people always embellish. I don't embellish shit. I tell you the fucking truth. When you come in this motherfucker, you'll be pleasantly surprised the location where it is and what it looked like. That's what I'm looking for. Because the next time I say, yeah, I got a studio and that shit tight, when you walk in that bitch, you're going to be like, damn, that shit tight, because I'm not going to embellish nothing. And that's just facts. And I'm not here to talk shit about anybody. I'm just here to tell you it's unprofessional to make arrangements with people, especially when it's on some business shit, and talk about, oh, I'm going to be late, or ask for I done sent you my cell number. I done sent you the address a day ago, 2 days ago. And here you is messaging me, what's the address? That's unprofessional. Look in your IG messages, you'll see it. I'm going to get off of that. Because I actually like the brother. I even like the other rapper who was late. I've actually liked other people who've been late. You know, it was a couple that does a lot of promoting and shit. They came late as hell. I actually like them too. It's not about the lateness. It's about the seriousness of taking the person you coming to deal with seriously. If you know you got to be somewhere at 3 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whenever fucking o'clock, taking into consideration you live in California, the traffic fucking sucks. You gotta come early if you're gonna be there on time. Don't just get here talking about traffic sucks and all this other shit. Be respectful and be professional and show the fuck up on time or close to it. That's just all I'm asking. When you're dealing with me, you can deal with everybody else like that. When you deal with me, just be here on time. And if I'm late somewhere, you talking about some apologetic as fuck. I feel like it's a slap in a person's face to do something with them and you can't be there on time. And so when I get there, I'm like, man, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? People have canceled on me because I was late. So you can't be mad at them. I told you what time the shit is. Get your ass up and leave early. If you have to, leave so early to where you go have dinner or lunch in that area, wherever that shit is, and kick it until it's time for you to do. I don't know. I can't make no suggestions for nobody else. That might sound crazy to the next person, so I'm going to leave it alone. Now, in regards to Wendy Rose, let me tell you something. She is a true friend to this podcast, and also an amazing artist. And for that, we're going to play a couple of her joints that she just came out with. And shout out to Wendy Rose. I love her to death. She's a wonderful lady. As well as the artist who was supposed to be here tonight. I'm feeling your music. The Godly Savage. The Godly Savage. That is a wild. I think you should just call yourself Godly Savage and drop the. That's just my opinion. Drop the Godly Savage and just say Godly Savage. And they could capital Godly Savage. That's my opinion. But as far as Wendy Rose, hold on. This shit tripping. Sorry, y'all. There you go. This is one of her new singles. It's a Once Exposed. Is it a whole album? I think she might have dropped a whole little joint. Oh, shit. Yeah, she just dropped a 5-song EP. Wendy Rose. Shout out EP. Shout out Wendy Rose with the new EP is what I meant to say. Hey, check this out. We're going to play something from this. We're gonna play something from this, and this is Wendy Rose, the first single on her new album called Once Exposed. This is called Businessman. Shout out to Wendy Rose. Shout out to Wendy Rose. And the Wendy is spelled W-E-N-D-I.
and left and right. It's hard to suck it in, especially with injustice. Just let the black man live. Breaking the rules, police being rude, but this ain't you. Racism is evil, my dude. And if you silent, then you part of the problem. Switching hands, holding cash, turning to the business. As long as you ain't switching masters, loyalty don't go to pass. Switching hands, holding cash, turning to the business. As long as you ain't switching masters, loyalty don't go to pass. Switching hands, holding cash, turning.
Hey, that was Wendy Rose right there. Hey, Wendy Rose's name is spelled WendiRose, and that's all one word. All one word all together. It's she's actually very talented. She's got that's her new single from her new 5-song EP, Once Exposed. It's out everywhere, Spotify, Apple Music, you name it. She's very talented. I think she lives out here in the valley somewhere, maybe even see me. But she's a Valley girl. She just recently was with Trina, a hip hop artist from Miami. She was in Atlanta doing some shows. Very talented girl, and looks like she's on her way. But she's one of the only few, there's been a couple, paying customers to the Corner Store podcast. And thank you so much, Wendy. We're going to have you right here in studio. Fuck that split screen shit. You're amazing, and we appreciate you. We really do. Hey, I hated to make the show about tardiness and business and professionalism. I didn't mean that. I'm not trying to scold anyone. I'm not trying to like put you on the spot or nothing like that. But obviously, if I was to even say or have this podcast and say the person who was supposed to be here and don't even name the person, it's already been put out in the world or out in social media, out on Instagram and and Facebook, to be honest with you, that such and such a person was supposed to be here. So people know I'm talking about that person. That in no way is a condemnation to that person or anything. They're still just as gifted as they, are musically. They just, well, first off, I'm gonna give a lot of the stuff that people do when in regards to being late to their age. If you notice, young guys and young girls and young people in general can't show up on time for shit. You might as well forget about it. The ones that do show up on time and do what they're supposed to do usually end up being really successful. And that's one thing. I think it's a rebellious thing more than anything to just say, I had this to do, this came up, blah, blah, blah. You got the number, make a phone call, do a text. Everybody's all this social media savvy. Everybody's savvy. Don't hit me last minute talking about such and such happened or ask me for my address and I live 30 minutes from LA. It's just, and then and it's 2:20 and you're talking about you can be there on time. I don't, unless you're trying to get a ticket just to come fuck with me, that don't make no sense. I got to go ahead on and cancel that. And I was going to cancel the show. I really was. I thought about it. But then I thought about it and I thought about it. And I was like, you know what? I can go on and make apologies for him and also talk about what he should have or could have done. And also, put it out there about being on time and being professional. Because one day people are going to look back at these shows and maybe say, that nigga failed. This shit just sitting here on YouTube. Or they going to say, damn, I remember when he was doing these lives. Look where he at now. And when he was talking about being on time, that shit really meant something. Let's hope it's the latter, the one I just said. Because I always hope and pray that that's the facts. And hopefully then, when I get a young artist on my whatever that's going to be, whatever platform is going to be at that time, I can actually say this to you and it'll mean something to you. Because from what I've gathered over the years, because I've had bouts of homelessness and everything, and even though I knew by looking at these people, these young guys that I was hanging around with and, laying my head in the other room away from, because I was homeless, sleeping on somebody's couch, I knew what they could be doing at their age. I knew if they only did this right now, they wouldn't end up having to deal with what I was dealing with at that time. Whenever you try to tell anybody young anything, you're trying to save them from having to deal with what you went through. But they don't see it that way. They see it as you fucking preaching to them. They see it as you lecturing them. They see it as you fucking just talking. They see it as you not really saying nothing. It goes through one ear and out the other. And then you see the maturation of what you knew was going to eventually happen if they didn't change their ways manifest itself. And you go, I don't understand why. But what I found out, or what I have found out over the years, is you can't save people from that. Some people may take your advice and everything work out pretty similarly to what you expected. It may not be absolutely perfectly what you expected, but they still, whatever happens and they do to go left versus right when you say go left, you know, it's their road still, and they still become a success, but maybe not the way you thought. But if they go right, you know where they're heading if they go that way. And when they usually go right, they usually end up whatever happening to them negatively. I'm not trying to preach to you. All I'm trying to do is tell you that I've been where you at. I've been a tardy motherfucker at things before I went to the service. And I thought about things the way most young people do. And I bumped my head a lot about behind it. All I'm trying to do is save you from that. If you don't understand that, ain't really too much I can tell you. You know, life is tough. It's hard as hell. It's getting worse by the minute. So whatever you're trying to do, if you're trying to do music, I don't give a fuck what you're trying to do. Whatever you're trying to do, if there's somebody who has a small pocket of people that look and listen to him every other day, there's a possibility that whoever's on this live or going to see this pod later actually take me up on going to listen to your shit and hear it and go, this nigga's nice, or this girl is dope. There's a possibility if 30 to 40 views or 50 to 60 views of this podcast actually go down, and if you go down my shows, that's about my average from 25 to 70 views, depending on, you know, what show it is. Some of those people are going to take my advice and go listen to your shit. Whether they like it or not, I don't know. But the fact that that might happen should be enough for you to say, I should be there on time, especially if he gave me the option of what day, what time, and what the fuck ever. That's just all I'm saying. Take every situation serious. Don't ever just, oh, that nigga just a regular old nigga. He ain't nothing. You know, I'll be there when I be there. Nah. I probably from here on in, depending on maybe one or two special people, depending on how I feel about them, and I know who they are, and I know what their professionalism. These podcasts are going to be split screen only, or I'm going to be by my damn self. It just makes sense. Damn, this shit good. It just makes sense to do it like that. Anyway, there's not a lot I want to talk about in the entertainment business at all. There's a whole bunch of things that are going on, and I talked about some of them yesterday in my pod, but this is a freelance type, off the top of the head type situation right now. So with that said, I'm going to talk about something that's really near and dear to my heart because I consider myself a G nerd type dude. You know what I'm saying? I like some shit that typically, motherfuckers of my ilk and from where I grew up don't fuck with. But then again, maybe they do, but you just don't know about it. You know, Lord of the Rings, you know what I'm saying, Dungeons and Dragons, Star Wars, shit like that. The Marvel fucking universe. Marvel Studio. This shit needs to be shut down immediately. Yeah, you heard me. Shut that shit the fuck down. I don't know about DC yet. The jury's still out. Most of the content they've been making as far as their superhero films, from Justice League to Superman, Batman. I mean, at first the trajectory looked like it was going to be okay, and then they made Justice League and had the quibble between which Justice League to put out, the James Gunn version. The James Gunn version was the best version. See, these fucking people that head these companies, they're going to run these companies in the ground, especially when it comes to the Marvel universe. That movie, The Marvels, that just came out recently, starring Brie Larson, and I forget the other two actors' names. I actually don't know them. They're newcomers. They're not bad actors at all, but the shit that they're having to say and the stuff that they're putting on these films absolutely fucking sucks. Granted that this director of the Marvels is an African-American woman, and I am proud as hell and proud as Dickens for you to get that job and to be in the Marvel Universe representing not only black people, but black women. But baby, you are not like that brother who directed Black Panther. You can't fuck with him. I don't know what the agenda is going on with Marvel, but they're going woke as hell. And woke, I'm only using this term. Let me say something about woke before I go crazy here. I hope I ain't going too loud on this mic. It's such a nice mic, I might have to turn it down. Hold on a second. Because I've been listening to my videos lately, and I be real loud over here. Let me see if that might be okay. Woke is a black term that didn't even mean what people are using it for today. When we said woke, we were talking about, man, we understand what's really going on. You think we sleeping over here, but if your girl cheating on you, you say, I'm not asleep to that. I'm woke to you fucking with that dude. That's all it really means. It means we're not asleep. You ain't doing nothing slick. They've taken it, white politicians and all these. Stop using our fucking slang, man, and putting it on a T-shirt, making it a campaign slogan or a term for today. Shut the fuck up, man. Stop stealing from us. We the worst people on earth, though. We come up with all the coolest things, clothes, everything. You'll try to push FUBU. If LL wasn't smart enough to wear the FUBU shit on the fucking, what was that, Gap commercial back in the day, you'd have never knew about FUBU. We got the funkiest, tightest clothes, best designers. We do it all, and you hate us for that. That's fine. Stop using that term woke. But I'm going to use it because they use it to describe the bullshit that you're seeing up there at Marvel Studios. I love women. Let me say that right now. I love and celebrate all the achievements of women. I can't wait till a woman step on Mars. I'll be like, God damn it, there's a woman on Mars. You motherfucking right, I'm going to cheer that. Women are great. But let me tell you something, ladies. Y'all second to us. I'm sorry. I love you. You the greatest. There's some women that can beat a man up. We know this. There's some bitch ass dudes out there. A woman to pile drive they fucking ass. But it's going to take her being in physically great shape. And there's a lot of sisters in the hood that have fought dudes that's supposed to be tough. And that sister, she was chubby and quick as hell and not in shape. But it's just some sisters that's just tougher than men. They got a little bit more testosterone versus estrogen in their system. I agree with that. But that still don't mean you guys are men. And that still don't mean for you guys that want to be women or women. I ain't tripping. You can do what you want, live how you want, but that is the fucking fact. So, Marvel, why in the hell are you making all these movies? It started with that Endgame movie. If y'all remember that last battle at the end when Thor looked like his ass was finna be, not Thor, when Captain America looked like his ass was going to be dead, Thanos was about to fuck him up. You know, they was on your right, Falcon and shit. Next thing you know, the whole army and the people from Wakanda, the goddamn Doctor Strange wizards niggas and just everywhere. Motherfucker, the fucking, the Ravengers, all kind of motherfuckers. Everybody came. That should have been enough to beat the shit out of the fucking Thanos and his armada. But why did they have to have two separate battles? One where it was all of them and one where it was just the women heroes trying to keep the gauntlet or the whatever that fucking thing he had on his hand. I forget what they call it. Why they had to just beat all the women? What is the significance of trying to empower women in this way? You're already powerful as shit. Most women make more money than men anyway right now. Most women are more educated than men. Most women have homes more than men. Women are homeowners. Women have fucking 2-3. Women have all the fucking money, everything. And they still talking about they underpaid. In the movies, there are more women heroes than men could even fucking. Black Widow, you can't tell me Black Widow rivals Batman in the movies when it comes to fighting. She be kicking motherfuckers' ass. Spider-Man don't even whoop ass like Black Widow, and this nigga got spider powers. Black Widow sweat. You can't tell me you ain't seen a movie where one of those Marvel movies where Black Widow didn't look like she was doper than every motherfucking hero in the Marvel universe. And then they get Captain Marvel and they pick Brie Larson, who I liked in other things. She's been in other films and she's very talented, but she cannot play that role. She is not. I don't even like Charlize Theron. I can't stand her, but she would have been a better Captain Marvel than her. And Charlize Theron, I don't like her, but I see her. That's why I know I should be a casting director. I know that already, but that's a whole other thing. I see her as Captain Marvel versus she's tall. Captain Marvel should be a tall woman, I think. She should be statuesque and in shape. Brie Larson looked like she drives trucks on Earth. Like, look at that first Captain Marvel. And if you saw her in that suit, you'd be like, man, who is this truck driver? Let's be real. You wouldn't take her serious until she shot you with the super bolt from her fist. That woman, though, she moved slow as shit in that movie when she was fighting. Terrible. The animated version of her they used was more swift and tough and that shit. Marvel's fucking up. They about to lose. They ain't no about to. They've lost me. I ain't watching none of that Loki series. What the fuck are y'all writing over there? What are y'all doing? Who are you picking to do this shit? These are superheroes. Yes, we need dialogue. Yes, we need setup. But God damn it, let them do some super shit. What the fuck? Now, the difference between DC, if you notice, DC, their fucking fighting and stuff is overkill. The only time DC shows some promise when it comes to their heroes is when they have heroes like Batman and they have them beating people up. That shit looks nice, and it's actually apropos. I think, this is just me, and not only this, let me go back to Marvel again. Now, I don't know if you guys remember when they had all the Netflix shows with Daredevil, which was amazing. And then they came out with that whack-ass Luke Cage. I don't like dude that played Luke Cage. He's been in a lot of movies. He's a decent actor. He's cool and he a brother. But that wasn't Luke Cage, that stiff fighting ass nigga. He was stiff. Get him out of here. Never know Luke Cage. And then they had the nerve to bring in Iron Fist, and they brought this old weird, I don't know now the Jennifer Jones character that they picked, she was okay, because that character is exactly how that woman was playing it. Drunk and didn't want her powers. It was some weird. So that kind of fit. I kind of liked that one, but the Daredevil one was on point. The Daredevil show killed the Ben Affleck's Daredevil movie. It destroyed that. So I liked that. So Marvel's been fucking up for a long time, man. They've been casting wrong. They've been having some Bushmaster fighting Luke Cage. It was terrible, bro. There was so many different ways you could have went, and you can keep people's attention. You gotta stop being soft. That's why this shit be getting canceled and shit, man. You gotta stop being soft. And fuck it, if you have to actually take some of the stories straight from the comics, do that. Keep us riveted. Keep us wanting to watch. You know what? It's a goddamn shame when they got a show like Invincible, which is an animated show that's more popular and more fucking riveting than a live action show where billions of dollars are being spent to fucking... That fucking show, Invincible, if you haven't seen it on Amazon, that fucking show is amazing. It's animated, Invincible, Omni-Man. It's an amazing achievement in making a show. It just is. It just is. And I don't give a shit that it's animated, but it's more thought-provoking and innovative than the shit that's live action at the movies. We're talking about a $200-some-odd million budget on the Marvels, and the shit didn't even make $100 million its first week out. Get the fuck out of here, man. This is money that could feed a whole country. This is money that if you took one of these budgets from these big movie films, you could move the Palestinians to the middle of the jungle in Africa and get them somewhere to be. But they won't do that. They'll waste that money and then fucking write it off at the end of the year and flip the bill to the rest of the taxpayers because we didn't want to see that shit. Fuck out of here, man. Now you wonder why motherfuckers are streaming movies and stuff. You ain't want to pay them fucking $30 and go see that shit, man. You fucking serious? I'm working on a screenplay right now. It's a fucking horror film. I ain't gonna tell you shit about it. I was doing some writing about it today, a little bit. And it's going to be dope. I'm going to go in there and jot down some more. Before you know it, that'll be over and I'll be working on the next one. If I get my shit out, you're going to see what the motherfucking filmmaking shit's supposed to be about. My stories is popping. I'm trying to get your ass terrified again. I'm trying to scare the shit out of your ass again. You know what I'm saying? Since the fucking Exorcist, motherfuckers has been desensitized to horror. When I get through with your ass, you're going to be like, God damn, that shit was scary right there. I'm telling you, I'm fucking it up with this one. And I got drama shit coming too. Watch. I'm not playing no more, man. It's time to get it, man. You seeing all this shit. Motherfuckers is making money out there and they ain't even doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. And y'all probably think I'm hungry for money. I'm hungry for money to help other motherfuckers get hungry for money. If you got brown skin like me and you an American black Negro in this motherfucker and you ain't ready to get some paper and buy some buildings and shit, don't come around me. Get the fuck out of here. I've been broke too long. It's time to, before I get up out of here, I'm going to hand this shit to my son and say, nigga, don't fuck this up. I'm telling you. I'll be like, I'm going to hand this shit to you. Don't fuck it up. You, Drew, Claudia, don't fuck it up. Because, look, I'm trying to get it before I get out of here. Just for the love of the Lord. You dig? I'm trying to get it. I don't need nobody to mess this up. Hold on. Let me turn this on real quick. Real quick at the. Is it on already? Hold on. No, it's not. No, that ain't it either. Hold on. Yeah, that shit on. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. There we go. There we go. All right, now it is. See, I saw the little shit went glitchy to a little bit, so I'm going to turn on my little hotspot so I can lock in. But anyway, I've been talking for a good minute now. I didn't even know this was going to turn into what it turned into. But sometimes you take, lemons and you squeeze the fuck out of them and you get some sugar and everything and you make lemonade. That's what the fuck you do. You make content, whether you can contently make the content. You get that content, you content with the content. You dig? But anyway, I appreciate y'all being here and listening to me ramble on about what I think is right and what I think is wrong and all that. I'm going to tell you just like I told a friend of mine the other day. As long as you breathing, man, you have a chance to become who you think you should be or should have been. There's a lot of people out there right now that's in a rut, and they probably sitting there going, man, I need to make a change. And don't think because you 60, don't think because you 50 or you such and such old or whatever that you can't make no change, because you most definitely can. You most definitely can. You can make a change anytime you want to. You know what I'm saying? You can make a change. I got to look at this because I'm seeing a lot of. Oh, those shows was that's probably why I just heard seen my nephew say those shows that I mentioned about Marvel, Daredevil, and were all Netflix produced, and they probably cut costs by dropping all those shows because they were probably very, very expensive to produce, even though people were watching them. They wasn't getting enough subscriptions. People was, probably using their mama and daddy family plan. That's why they cut all that shit out, because they was losing money. But anyway, you were absolutely right about that, nephew. But what I'm going to do, y'all, I'm going to get on up out of here. It's Sunday. I was supposed to be down with the young man. He was going to be gone by now anyway. So with that said, I appreciate y'all. I'm trying to find my damn list here. Oh, here we go. I appreciate y'all. And I appreciate you coming today. Whoever stopped in and kick it with me for a minute. It's all love. It's all love. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday, a wonderful rest of your weekend. It's your boy OMD-300, Corner Store Podcast. Check me out next time, episode 91. I think we got Caramel Sticky. Now you'll meet her. Very, very talented, very beautiful young lady. Tuesday, I think we got to lock that in. I'm not sure yet. Rest of the week, I think next weekend, guess who? KG Hustle is gonna be in the building. We're gonna try to see if we get Trizzy Bands back up in here. We don't know, probably. But I love y'all. Deuces. Do your thing. Let's go. Moody Trey. All day, yeah. I'm out.